Hi guys, and welcome back to the second episode of the Cincinnati Bengals rebuild. I'll start off today's episode by saying, or sort of asking a question really, sort of where you want to see this series going or how you want this series to go forward. So, with gameplay wise, what I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to play one game fully on offense and one game play all the defensive snaps, just to mix it up a little bit and so we can get through the series a little bit faster than one game an episode. If you want me to just play the entire games the whole way through, let me know down in the comments. Or if you think this way is good, also let me know down in the comments. So if you think this is the best way to do it, just keeps it more realistic, I think, and keeps things going at a smoother pace, I think, more than anything. But as you'll see with today's games, we have two very exciting games coming up. Both games, the first game, we play the Cardinals, we play offense. Absolutely phenomenal game. And then the second game against the Steelers, fully defensive, and there are a lot of big plays in that game. But this is what the team is looking like now with those upgrades you just saw. We're looking really good, actually. We're 78 overall. As you can see, I think I mentioned it last episode, but if I didn't, we got Andy Dalton as a backup. I might look at putting him on the trade block and maybe moving him on to another team who does have a quarterback need, just because I don't think we're going to use him, and Dwayne Haskins is going to be our guy for the future. So it might be worth moving him on. I mean, that probably isn't the most realistic move. They would probably keep him around just because of his contract. But just for the sake of the series, we can probably get better players in. But without further ado, we'll jump into today's first game against the Arizona Cardinals.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. A moment ago, this Arizona crowd was on its feet. The defensive starters, led by perennial All-Pro Patrick Peterson, were introduced. And they've got a tough one on their hands as they'll square off with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt...
So, going into the game against the Cardinals, we've got a rookie QB, obviously, in Dwayne Haskins. So I'm hoping we don't have to rely on him too much, considering it is his first NFL game. We'll give the ball to Joe Mixon where we can. But obviously, we're going to use run first, play action to get down the field. But Dwayne Haskins' first career pass coming in. I mean, we couldn't have had a worse start there. The first career pass for Dwayne Haskins ends up in a pick six. Literally the worst possible start he could have had. But hopefully he can redeem himself throughout this game. Obviously it does give Arizona the 7-0 lead, and our defence hasn't even stepped on the field yet. We've just had the ball all game, and we're going to get something going here. Dwayne Haskins does complete a pass there. Nice pass to Tyler Boyd, and he does move the chains down the field. Tyler Boyd, I think, is going to be one of the unsung heroes of this series. Actually, probably not unsung. I'm just going to brag about him a lot. I mean, we have Team Tyler in here. Tyler Eifert, Tyler Boyd, and I think Tyler Croft is our tight end. But we're going to abuse all the Tylers. As you can see, Tyler Eifert making himself known on the field. That is why he is one of my favourite tight ends in the league. Just because he's such a good pass catcher, and he's a fairly decent run blocker. And he's also so tall, we can sort of high point him on passes, which we might look to do throughout the series. And also we're going to abuse John Ross in things like that. But our first red zone chance. What can we do with it? We're going to roll out. I mean, it can only be uphill from here, right? Well, we've already thrown a pick six and fumbled the ball. So we need to score now, pretty much. We need to get the confidence of Dwayne Haskins up. Otherwise, he is pretty much going to be a lost cause at this point. Imagine your first pass of your career, a pick six. Your first red zone opportunity, you fumble the ball. You're going to lose all confidence if you don't get something going. So hopefully this game, we can turn it around and get something going here. And we're going to we're going to have to sort of just start trying to abuse our playmakers. We're going to try and run the ball with Joe Mixon. Great run here. Nearly gets set free, but he does get tripped up from behind. And hopefully Dwayne Haskins can roll out here. Nice pass over the middle. I think that was to Tyler Boyd. Might have been AJ Green, but a great completion there. I mean, he threw it where no defender was going to get it, which is what he should be doing. And he nearly throws another pick there. Well, I nearly throw another pick there. So luckily we don't. We do get down to 3rd and 4, sort of in the red zone. Hopefully someone can get open here, and just not making the best reads today. Bit unfortunate, but we are going to settle. We're not going to settle for the field goal. We're going to miss the field goal. But we're still in the first quarter. We still have time. Big throw up here, and a great catch from our man Tyler Boyd there. And Dwayne Haskins, stats-wise, doesn't look too bad. He's got a good completion percentage. It's just that pick and that fumble that's letting him down. But we're going to let AJ Green loose, and he is going to come down with it over Patrick Peterson there. That is what we needed. We needed someone to make a big play, and if anyone's going to do that, it is AJ Green. One of the best wide receivers in the league. I'm hoping one of the heroes of this series, and someone we can actually get into the Hall of Fame, because his legacy score is very close. But we got John Ross making catches like that. Hopefully that gives us a chance to get another touchdown and even the game out, because we are down 14-7 at the moment. But we're going to run with Joe Mixon wherever we can. 2nd and 8. Nearly get a spin move off there, but we do get tackled from the Cardinals safety. Next play here, 2nd and 9. Got someone wide open on the right. We're going to throw it to Tyler Boyd just because the other guy could get the block, and he destroys one of the Cardinals defenders there. And hopefully we can plug it in here. It was 1st and goal. Joe Mixon running up the middle. Can he power through? He can for the touchdown. And that evens up the game for us at 14 apiece. So we're back on offense here. We are down again 17-14, but we do have 40 seconds to get down the field. Hopefully we can get something going. Big pass upfield, and we just can't pull it off, unfortunately. But we do still have time. So it's 33 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Running to the right with Joe Mixon. Can't get away. Can sort of get past that guy. People are flying in from everywhere, and he somehow stays in bounds. And he's going to make it to the end zone. Ridiculous play from Joe Mixon there. To be honest, I was just trying to run down the clock a little bit, hopefully make something come off, and Joe Mixon gets us a touchdown. So after that ridiculous play from Joe Mixon, we've gone into half-time, the team's revitalised, we're going to sort of abuse Joe Mixon wherever we can, he's feeling great, people are trying to tackle him all game, and he's just breaking ankles, making plays. As you can see, he's getting past 2 people there, he gets absolutely clocked, but he still picks up a huge gain for us. And since they're going to worry about the run a little bit, we're going to go to the play action, try and give AJ Green a deep pass there, but he is against Pat Pete, so he's not going to come down with it every time. I mean, someone with Pat Pete's sort of level of skill, that's sort of expected. But we are going to keep trying to go deep with Dwayne Haskins. Great pass there. Tyler Eifert makes a man miss, and he gets, I think, around 30 yards on the pass there. And once again, going to give the ball to Joe Mixon. Bounces to the outside. We get a great pancake block from Cordy Glenn there. And that gets us another touchdown, making it a 2-possession lead. I think that was 27-17. And it was. And once again, our defence keeps the Cardinals out of the end zone. Unfortunately, we have to take a big sack there from Robert Nkemdiche, I think it was. And that puts us to 3rd and 22. Going to need a big play here. Going to try and go deep, obviously. We try and run play action to fake them. Unfortunately, they don't fall for it whatsoever. We're going to launch it deep, and we don't come down with it. So we're going to have to punt them the ball. Hopefully they don't score, and they don't. And we do actually get the ball back around the 43-yard line. So there is still, there's a good chance we can get the ball moving here. We pitch it to Joe Mixon. We tried to make that man miss, but he didn't juke, and DJ Swearinger absolutely flattened Joe Mixon there. They're clearly not happy with those missed tackles on that run, and they're going to make him pay. But since they're gambling on the run, they're going to leave people like Tyler Boyd open, who gets us in field goal range, and we will take that field goal, putting us up 13 points. Pretty much, well, it is. If they get 2 touchdowns, they'll be ahead 1 point, but I believe our offense can keep scoring. With Joe Mixon running the ball the way he has, he's never getting taken down by that first guy. And it's just working out so well offensively so far. After a very shaky start, a pick six and a fumble, we are getting things moving. Dwayne Haskins is feeling it now. He's shaken off those nerves, or the NFL entry nerves, and he knows what's going on. He's learning to read the defense a little bit. He's learning quick, and he's just taking short passes where he can get them to either one of the Tylers. This time Tyler Eifert, but I'm sure Tyler Boyd will get involved soon enough. But as you can see, really relying on Joe Mixon to take a lot of the workload. For some reason, he was falling down anyway there, and a somewhat ridiculous tackle from, I'm not exactly sure who that was. I think it was the Cardinals safety. But Joe Mixon finds a nice little hole there. As I said, they cannot take him down, and he gets in for another touchdown. He's going to celebrate into the end zone, and that gives us a 37 to 17 lead. But the Cardinals are not done yet. It's 38 to 24. They do still have time. They have 4 minutes. But Joe Mixon is going to try and power his way into the end zone. Gets up to the 5-yard line. We should at least get a field goal here. I mean, worst case scenario we do. But Dwayne Haskins sees a little gap. The pocket opened up for him. He runs it in for a touchdown. And we are scoring at will now. We're absolutely destroying the Cardinals defense. I mean, our defense is doing all right. They kept the Cardinals to 24 points. It's not tons. But I mean, the amount of time they've been on the field, because we're scoring quick on our drives. We're getting a lot of big plays. I think letting up only 24 points isn't too bad, considering, like, 45 of our points. A lot of them have been big plays, not steady drives. But defensively, we've done well. This is coming up to the end of the game. This is going to be, well, at least a 45 to 24 win. Can we get one more touchdown? We can. We get Tyler Boyd the elusive touchdown. He hasn't, well, I think that's his first touchdown today, and that will be it. That will be the game. Have a quick look at the stats. As you can see, Dwayne Haskins, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. It's a decent game. I mean, he did shake off those nerves quite early. Josh Rosen had a terrible game if you look at the attempts he threw to his completion. Joe Mixon, 10 yards per carry. I don't think that's going to be a regular thing, but that's pretty much a career game for him. And Golden Tate for the Cardinals didn't actually show up. They had some guys who had some big games, actually. It seems like defensively we did let it slip a little bit. Geno Atkins with a sack in there. A lot of players statistically doing pretty well. But I think that's the stats. 2 picks for William Jackson is fantastic. But what we'll do now is we'll jump into next week against the Steelers. Play the defense on that one. And I'll see you guys there. So, what a win last week from pretty much Joe Mixon carrying the team to victory, literally speaking and metaphorically speaking. But we got a few upgrades here. William Jackson, after a 2-pick performance, does get a nice upgrade to an 86 here. Plus 4 tackle is great for him, actually, because tackling is a big weakness in his game. Cover-wise, he's great. It's very much sort of Deion Sanders-esque. Great coverage, but no tackling ability. But plus 4 tackle definitely changes that. Trent Brown also did have a good game. I mean, our running back got around 250 yards, so he does deserve an upgrade in there because he contributed to that. And also our backup, or one of our backup defensive ends, Sam Hubbard, gets a nice little upgrade. We do have some very nice defensive end prospects as backups, which is nice to see. So I might rotate them with Carlos Dunlap over the year. Ryan Glasgow and Billy Price getting an upgrade, but a great upgrade here from Ryan Glasgow. A lot of things getting upgraded. He's up to a 75, getting towards the usable point. But I mean, we're not going to talk too much. We're just going to jump into the game against the Steelers. Play only defense. They're a bit higher overall, but I'll see you guys in there.
Matching hundreds. It's the coach. This is the 2019 season on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers as they get set to match up against the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Cincinnati for the home opener. Standing by, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals.
So a big game against the Steelers coming in here. It's a divisional game, so winning it would be extra sweet. And we're already up 7-0. The offense already did their job. Now we have to try and stop Le'Veon Bell. And that's a great stop there early on from, I think it was Billings who made the nice little stop there on Le'Veon Bell. Hopefully we can not let him get going this game. But obviously the Steelers offensively do have a lot of weapons, so it will be hard to keep them out the entire game. Hopefully we can, and that is a great start. Dre Kirkpatrick there, getting a pick. Sets us up really nicely, sets the offense up nicely on the 34-yard line. Hopefully they can get something done, and they can. 14-0. We just need to sort of get our defence going. It's the first quarter, we've already got a good interception here. The offense has already scored twice, so hopefully we can stop the Steelers going down the field and getting a touchdown. But with Le'Veon Bell, with Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster, it is going to be hard. But we do get a nice sack there from Vontaze Burfict. And he loves playing against the Steelers. He always causes controversy when he plays against the Steelers. And today he already has a sack and a tackle, so looks like he is going to be an absolute nightmare for them. I mean, defensively once again, I didn't even realise we had Geno Atkins getting pressure on Ben Roethlisberger there. That's our second sack of the game already. Gave our offense a chance. Unfortunately, they didn't capitalise, but it is 1st and 10. We are on the Steelers 20, so we do have to punt it. Probably punted it into the end zone. And I fell for the play action there. Unfortunately, we do miss the tackle as well, and they get up to their 34-yard line. But that's what Ben Roethlisberger's only his second completion of the day. We're going to keep sending heavy blitzes, keep them off their game, make sure Le'Veon Bell, whenever he rushes it, he's always going to have someone in his face. I think we're probably going to give up a fair few passes today, just because I don't want Le'Veon Bell to get going. Because if they get the run game going, they can sort of pretty much screw us. And 4 rushes in, he is on -2 yards. So we're doing a great job there. Hopefully we can keep things going. We do nearly get another sack. Big Ben just shrugged it off, but Darqueze Dennard comes in from the cornerback spot with a great sack there. Already 3 sacks today, and we're just starting the second quarter. And our offense does get the ball back, and they score, making it 21-0. Could have probably gone through for a sack there. I'm just going to keep in coverage, and Carlos Dunlap comes in for a sack. That's 4 different people with a sack already, only 13 minutes into the game. Makes it 2nd and 17. To be honest, I won't be surprised if the Steelers go down and score on this drive, but the way defence is playing, I'm going to be a bit disappointed if they do, to be honest, because we've limited them to pretty much only 30 yards so far this half. I think it is maybe even less than 30. Nearly get a sack there. 3 people bearing down on Roethlisberger, but unfortunately he does get the pass off and moves the chains there, making it 1st and 10. If they run the ball, hopefully we can stop him. He does make it to the outside, but Kirkpatrick got off that block beautifully and brings down Le'Veon Bell for minimal gain. So we're going to sort of play the pass in this one, 2nd and 10. I can imagine they're going to pass, and they do. We get a great user alert there. I think that was Mark Barron coming in. It was Mark Barron coming in with a pick there. He's been a great little pickup. He's so good defensively. Obviously in the first game against the Cardinals, he did all right. And just pass coverage wise, he's pretty much a safety playing at the linebacker position, which is exactly what we need if we're going to send so many people against blitzing against the run. Having someone great in coverage like Mark Barron is going to make a difference. And we are up 28-0. Going into the half, 2 minutes left. I can imagine the Steelers, especially a team like the Steelers with so many divas in it, are so demoralised. They do pick out someone there. They do still have hope in this game. There can still be a comeback. It's never game over. But I can imagine we probably are going to go on to win this one. Hopefully we do. I could have jinxed it there, but hopefully, we do go on to win it. Ben, so much time in the pocket there, and he picks off or throws a nice pass to Ryan Switzer, taking it up to the 28-yard line. So, unfortunately, Le'Veon Bell does get through there with a run. We are trying to stop him, but we are going to give up a run every now and again. We were giving up a lot of pass yards, so I just sort of played the pass a bit more there, and unfortunately, didn't work out for us. Hopefully we can get the ball back somehow. And over the middle, great user lurk there, great baited, and that's Preston Brown, I think. I don't think that's Mark Barron. Preston Brown gets a great pick there. As I said in the last episode, if you go to his area, you're going to regret it, just because he's such a good tackling machine. He's not the fastest guy, but once he's in his area, his zone, he knows what he's up to. Great throw from Ben there. Very risky one, considering I think he's thrown 3 picks already this game. He throws it into double coverage, But I think it was Vance McDonald came out with a catch there. And Smith-Schuster, double move, absolutely wrecks who was on him. Complete ankle breaker. If you want to go back and watch that, that was a disgusting double move there. He got to the outside and nearly got a touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger in the pocket here for around 8 seconds. But we do still get pressure through to him. Eventually, Carl Lawson comes up with a sack. But that was a pure coverage sack. That was phenomenal coverage. They still have 16 seconds. They could get a big throw into the end zone. No one open, and he's going to dump it off. They do have no touchdowns, so they're going to have to settle for the field goal. Unfortunately, we can't get the block, so we can't get the shutout there. But first half ending 28-3, I'll definitely take that. So second half is starting. I can imagine in the Steelers got ripped a new one pretty much by whoever their head coach is. I'm not sure who it is at this point. We do send a lot of pressure again. Ben does get the throw off, unfortunately. Very nice throw there, and I'm sure he's going to come out this half slinging. Besides, he hasn't got an incompletion yet. He's thrown 14 passes. 11 completions, 3 picks. So hopefully, I mean, as soon as I say that, we end up getting another pick there. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, that's our rookie coming in with a pick there. That's his first pick of the game. That is 4 picks already this game, though. And we do punt the ball to them. Unfortunately, we don't score, but we do force them to their 3-yard line. We can maybe get a safety in here. We're going to keep sending pressure. We're going to send 5 again on this play. If they run it, we should get someone through. There is a nice hole up the middle, actually, that Le'Veon Bell does exploit, and he gets to the 9-yard line. So, unfortunately, we're not going to get a safety on this unless Ben does drop way back. We're going to sort of go against the pass, but he does find a nice gap in our zone coverage there, and he's working his way out the field fairly nicely at this point. They are only up to the 21, but a great sack there. Preston Brown is everywhere. He's got a sack, a pick, 2 tackles. He's having a great day today, but the tackles... Our tackles would be higher, but I mean, we're just getting so many picks, and they're not completing enough passes for us to actually rack up the tackle stat. Our offense doesn't get a chance to go on the field yet, actually, because now they will get a chance to go on the field. I thought they already did, but they do score 35-3, and that was a very fast third quarter in there. Barely lasted any amount of time. Defensively, we're literally just locking them down. It's 35-3. We send another heavy blitz, and the Steelers' offensive line. One of the things they are known for having a great offensive line. Just cannot stand up to the pressure we're sending. We're sending so many people. There's so many open. Fortunately for us there, I didn't see the screen coming whatsoever. But luckily, Billings did. He gets a great tackle on Le'Veon Bell. 3rd tackle of the day. He's having a great day, to be honest. He's keeping the middle locked up, giving loads of our other guys room to get out of the field. And once again, another sack. Actually, no, that didn't count as a sack. He managed to get the ball off, unfortunately. But that's another great QB pressure from our defensive line, who are performing phenomenally. I think the rotation's coming in quite nicely. Dunlap's coming in and out. We've got Sam Hubbard coming in and out. We've got, I think it's Jordan Wallace on the left-hand side coming in and out. There's just so much going on with our defensive line. They're never tired. They're constantly putting pressure on Ben. And it's obviously working. Tip pass there. If that would have gone for a touchdown, I would have been absolutely gutted if we lost our no touchdown streak on a deflection like that. But unfortunately we didn't. But they are going to go 5 wide on this one. Or sorry, have 5 eligible receivers on this one. And another pick. I think that's our rookie again coming up with a pick. It is. It's Oruwariye coming up with a pick there. That's his 2nd of the game. 42-3. There's only a minute and a half left in the game. I just don't want to give up a touchdown at this point, so we're going to give up pretty much anything underneath and just make sure they don't get anything deep. I mean, they might rack up a bit of yardage against us. I think they do have a fair amount of yardage against us. It's just the amount of picks is just keeping the score down. I mean, I think they've thrown 5 picks this game. And if you throw 5, yeah, it's 5 picks. If you throw 5 picks, you're not winning the game, especially when our offense puts up 42 points. So it's not just me playing last game that gave our offense so much power. They just make it work. I mean, Joe Mixon, I'm guessing it's Joe Mixon they're leaning on the game. Just having a great start to the year. Once again, going to send pressure. Hopefully end the game with another sack. That'd be fantastic. We're going to send Kirkpatrick on pressure here. He doesn't get through. But I mean, Jesse Bates with a pick. Just to seal it off, 6 picks in the game. So let's have a quick look at the stats. The game did end there. Haskins had a great game. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. 20 of 28. Joe Mixon, we did lean on him a lot. 3 touchdowns. Averaged 4 yards a carry, so it was a good game. And over 100 yards. John Ross with a great game in there. Tyler Eifert with a fairly good game. Sort of spread the ball around nicely, which is good to see. So we're not leaning or relying on one or two people so often. We're just chucking the ball around the field and it is working. So many sacks as well today. We were literally Ben Roethlisberger's worst nightmare today. Darquise Dennard had a sack. Our corners were getting sacks. Our linebackers, our D-line were getting sacks. 2 picks from Amani Owarie there. 1 from Jesse Bates, Mark Barron, Preston Brown and Dre Kirkpatrick. Phenomenal game. I think I'm going to end the episode there though, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, smash a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel. But I'll leave you with the play of the day to end the episode.